Nova Roma is a city builder from the same developers who made Kingdoms and Castles, and it's published by Hooded Horse. The setup here is pretty straightforward. Rome is falling apart, so you take a group of escaped slaves, freed prisoners, and unhappy citizens to build a new city on an island. What makes this one interesting is the combination of water management and an active god system. You can build stuff like dams, reservoirs, and spillways to control rivers and protect your town from flooding, which actually matters because the gods can get mad and flood your city if you upset them. Each god you worship gives you bonuses, but can also punish you with disasters like fires, lightning strikes, or crop failures if you ignore them. The core gameplay is what you would expect from a city builder. You start with basic outposts and gradually expand by constructing homes, farms, and production buildings. Everything needs to be connected via roads, which is fitting for a Roman game. When you build roads through forests or over rocks, the workers automatically clear the area and leave the resources nearby for construction. It's a small detail, but it makes building feel smoother. Your citizens have different needs that grow as your population increases. As always, early on they just want food and shelter, but soon they are demanding stuff like pottery, bread, wine, theaters, and even forums. Each need you don't meet tanks your happiness rating. The happiness system can feel a bit harsh sometimes, because as soon as you satisfy one requirement, a new one pops up and your rating drops again. The gods are a big part of the game. You build temples dedicated to different deities, like Jupiter, Neptune, Vulcan or Ceres, and each one gives bonuses in a radius around the temple. Neptune, for example, improves fishing, Vulcan boosts industrial production, Jupiter increases happiness, and Ceres helps with farming. But if you ignore a god or fail their tasks, they punish you. Each god gives you small quests to complete for favor points, which you spend on permanent upgrades at their temples. The game has a tech tree that unlocks as you build temples and complete objectives. New buildings, production chains, and improvements. That's the kind of stuff that becomes available as you progress. You will move from basic wheat farms to orchards, vineyards, bakeries, and eventually wineries. Combat exists, but I haven't seen much of it. Rome basically sends invasion forces to attack your city, and you recruit a militia from your population. You can also build stuff like guard towers and palisades for defense. The invaders seem to be pretty basic and don't put up much of a fight, but the full version promises more depth here. The game allows you to eventually expand to multiple islands and trade between them using docks. Each island would need its own infrastructure and defenses. There is also a merchant system where foreign ships can dock and trade with you. One quirk I noticed is that citizens sometimes die from cold exposure, even when you have plenty of wood and charcoal in the storage. The game doesn't really give great feedback on why this happens. There's also some pathfinding weirdness, where people walk through rivers instead of using bridges, and certain buildings like the forum need extremely flat terrain, so this seems a bit limiting. There is also the developer's design choice that not everyone who visits stays, and there is no real control over this. This creates downtime, where you are essentially just watching your town tick along. The game does have a free demo right now on Steam. The early access phase is planned to last about a year, with the developers adding more buildings, more gods, and also additional mechanics based on player feedback. They specifically mention expanding war, politics, and culture systems. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.